When she was a girl of 16 and before she began to work in the store, Alice had an affair with a young man. The young man, named Ned Curry, was older than Alice. Together, the two walked under the trees through the streets of the town and talked of what they would do with their lives. Ned Curry took her into his arms and kissed her. He became excited and said things he did not intend to say, and Alice, betrayed by her desire too, also grew excited. She gave herself over to the emotions of love. When late in the fall of her 16th year, Ned Curry went away to Cleveland. She wanted to go with him. "I will work and you can work. Don't marry me now. We will get along without that, and we can be together." On the evening before he left Winesburg to take up his new life in the city, Ned Curry went to call on Alice. The moon came up, and they found themselves unable to talk. There, in the dim light, they became lovers.
"Now we will have to stick to each other. Whatever happens, we will have to do that."
The young newspaper man did not succeed in getting a place on a Cleveland paper and went west to Chicago. For a time he was lonely and wrote to Alice almost every day. Then he was caught up by the life of the city. He began to make friends and found new interests in life. In Chicago, he boarded at a house. There were many women there, and he forgot Alice in Winesburg. In Winesburg, the girl who had been loved grew to be a woman. She began to save money, thinking she would follow her lover to the city and try if her presence would not win back his affections. When other young men tried to attract her attention, she would have nothing to do with them. "I am his wife, and shall remain his wife, whether he comes back or not." As time passed, she became more and more lonely. Weeks ran into months, and months into years, as Alice waited and dreamed of her lover's return. "Someday, when we are married, and I can save both his money and my own, we will be rich." Tears came into her eyes. "Oh, Ned, I am waiting." Fear that he would never come back grew stronger within her. When her loneliness seemed unbearable, she put on her best dress and set out. Finding a little sheltered place from which she could see the town, she sat down. Fear of age and ineffectuality took possession of her. With the shiver of dread, she realized that for her beauty and freshness of youth had passed. She did not blame Ned Curry and did not know what to blame. Sadness swept over her. Dropping to her knees, she tried to pray, but instead of prayers, words of protest came to her lips. "It is not going to come to me. I will never find happiness. Why do I tell myself lies? I am becoming old and queer. If Ned comes, he will not want me." During the early fall of her 27th year, a passionate restlessness took possession of Alice. Her mind became intensely active. Deep within her, there was something that would not be cheated by fantasies and that demanded some definite answer from life. She went home and crawled into bed. She could not sleep. With staring eyes, she looked into the darkness. "Why doesn't something happen? Why am I left here alone?" Her desire had grown vague. She did not want Ned Curry or any other man. She wanted to be loved, to have something answer the call that was growing louder and louder within her. And then one night, when it rained, Alice had an adventure.